I am joined now by Suzanne Lawler. She is a communications manager with the American Red Cross. Suzanne, thank you so much for joining me. It's such a critical time as we're about to come in and face one of the a very serious winter storm that's coming in. I was talking to one of my meteorologists and they were saying, snow in South Georgia typically only happens once every 4 to 8 years. So people are trying to figure out how to get prepared, but I want to hear from you. What are some ways people can get prepared and feel safe going into the storm?
Well, I think what you just mentioned, safety is definitely the number one key. The Red Cross responds to 65,000 disasters a year. Most of those are home fires. So we really want to be safe in this cold weather. So let's talk about space heaters. Keep them on a flat surface. Plug them directly into the wall and not a power strip. That was something that I recently learned. You want to plug your space heaters directly into the wall. Keep them out of a path, like out of your hallway where your kids could accidentally tip them over or your pets could accidentally tip them over. And make sure when you leave a room, you turn off that space heater. That is key. Generators, in case we lose power, make sure your generator is outside. Do not plug your appliances or the generator into your wall. Do not touch your generator with wet hands. And also candles. People may use candles to try and stay warm. Go with a battery powered flashlight. If you do not have a flashlight, the Red Cross Emergency app is absolutely free on wherever you get your apps. And there is a built-in flashlight on the app. There are other things on the app that we can talk about a little bit down the road here. It's really important to have a working smoke detector, have a working plan. You only have 2 minutes to get out of your home during a fire. Know where that place is going to be where the entire family meets. For our family, it's at the end of the driveway at a certain tree. We have fire drills with our family on what happens with a fire, and we check and make sure that our smoke detectors are working. You can do a test like every month on that to make sure that you feel reassured and safe during a home fire. With the space heater, once again, keep it on a tiled surface as opposed to a carpeted surface. Make sure there's a huge barrier around the space heater and things like curtains or drapes that could catch fire, and keep it out of the main thoroughfare where somebody may tip it over. And once again, turn it off as soon as you leave the room.
In the case where freezing rain comes in, which we are seeing potentially could happen in some of our more southeastern counties here, there's a good chance for power to go off. And as you mentioned, having those generators ready to go is a huge thing. But let's say someone doesn't have the generator, then what?
This is a really good point. If your home does not have sufficient heating and you feel like, hey, I'm really cold, what am I going to do? Go to a public place like a library or a shopping mall, that kind of a thing where you can find safety and heat and stay there for a little bit of time. Also, if you have to be outside, dress in loose layered clothing. Today, I was raised in Florida, so I am cold all the time. I have 3 layers of clothing on. Make sure that that's going to include a scarf. So if you have to be outside, make sure that you're covering your face. Things on your face are very sensitive, like your ears, your nose, your hands are very sensitive. You want to wear those mittens. And that way, too, if you get warmed up, then you can take those layers off, but you're still protected.
What else is the Red Cross offering? Once this storm is done, how can people get in contact with the Red Cross if they need you?
Yes, you can always go to redcross.org. You can always call 1-800 Red Cross. And I do have that phone number in case you're like 1-800 Red Cross. It's an easy way to remember it, but it's 1-800-733-2767.
Okay, and is the Red Cross offering anything, any support or anything going into the storm?
We are ready. We are in communication right now with GEMA and our local partners to see if a need arises for centers. So we are monitoring that situation right now. Right now, we do not have any requests.
Suzanne, thank you so much. I appreciate it.